Hello beautifuls, welcome to my channel. My name's Kira for those of you who don't know me. Oh, my hair's red as well. I have to throw that bit in because it's now red. Love it, love it, I love it. So basically it is International Women's Day, the 8th of March. I could not let today go without saying all the women that inspire me. Well, I'm not going to get all in. I can't get all of them. So here's a select few that have impacted my life who I'd like to talk about. So first off, it is these three lovely ladies right here. So from right to left we have my mum, my auntie, and my other auntie. Could have just said mum and two aunties, couldn't I? I could have said mum and two aunties. I did not need to make it so difficult. Now, I love these so much. I love them so much because no matter what has happened in our lives, they've always stuck together and they've always looked after me. So yeah, I love them so much. They have been a fantastic role model, and even when times haven't been hard, they've taught me that even if times are not hard, you still need to smile, because I don't know why. That's not what they taught me. That didn't mean to come out. They've taught me that no matter how difficult things are and things get, you're still alive, you're still here. So be grateful for what? They've taught me that it's okay to make mistakes in life, as long as you don't let them define you. As long as you don't let them mould you into somebody that you're not supposed to be, to accept, move on and deal with. They've also taught me that in order for others to respect you, you must respect yourself first. Because if you don't do that, you're not actually showing people the respect that you deserve. So I love them with all my heart. Next we have Pose. Yes, Pose. Not even an individual, just Pose as a whole. All the cast, all the actors, everything about it. Because it was a first insight to a lot of people of some, like the bare minimum of the life that we lived, that we go through. So yeah, Pose. So the pandemic was a really bad thing. It was a really bad thing. It still is. But it gave people the time and it gave people the chance to educate themselves on the rest of the world or something new, because everyone was bored. There's nothing to do during lockdowns. So TikTok blew up, and we all know this. And when it blew up, what everybody was talking about was some part or form of the LGBT. That was our moment for everybody to get their voice, to get their opinion and to get their life out there, and everybody had to sit and listen. There was nothing else to do. So that was one of the fantastic parts, one of the better parts of the pandemic. So because of this now, everybody's got time to sit at home and do nothing. Everybody exhausted Netflix, and then people started to come across Pose. And if this was before the pandemic, they would have just cancelled it, put the button so that it don't come up on their feed or however it works, the algorithm. But because everybody exhausted Netflix, everybody had exhausted TikTok, they gave it a chance, and they was realising, and they found it a lot easier because they'd already been introduced to the LGBT because of TikTok. They found it easier to understand and see and hear and take the time. So it opened people's eyes and it opened people's minds, and then boom, in comes Pose. Fantastic timing. Well, I say fantastic timing. The pandemic actually started to hit and kick into gear in like 2020. Yeah, 2020. And Pose was released in 2018. But look how big it is now. It's because people had the time to sit down. So now people's minds are open and people's hearts are listening, And then Pose comes in and shows you the completely different lifestyle of things what we have to deal with on a daily basis. Now, what you have to remember is that for the purpose of entertainment, it doesn't actually depict it how it actually is, because it still needs to be entertaining. But still, it got that little thought in people's minds. So, the cast of Pose are my inspiration. Next on the hit list. This little turd. This person right here, I could not live without. I could not do without. She looks after me. Well, she's looked after me through everything. She's lifted my spirits up. She has always been there for me. And I feel so blessed to have her as a part of my life. You will see her on the majority of my social media feed. If you bumped into us when we was out in public, well, if you bumped into me when we was out in public, probably there's a high chance that she'll be here with me, because this person is the most amazing human being in the world. This person taught me that Disney can be real. And it's really weird. Like, those of you who know her will understand. So this is my best friend. This is my best friend, right? And those of you who know will know that she's always smiling, she's always happy, loud as, but always happy, always smiling. And she's so lovable. Everybody instantly loves her. And it's because she takes anything and creates happiness from it. And the best thing is, like, so the short story about us, small one. Alright, so we've been friends since we've been like early teenagers, and we used to do everything together and go everywhere together. And then she decided she wanted to see the world, so she went to move to another country and started working. And then I had to deal with life without the Disney side picking me back and helping me out, which was pretty tough. But anyway, when the pandemic hit and a lot of things changed, she came back to the country. And it was like she never left. Our friendship just kicked off the same way it was left. And that's amazing. And I think that it was at that point when she realised that I needed Disney back in my life, and now I can't get rid of her. So yeah, love you, girl. Next. And I know and I believe that this will be on a lot of people's. It is the one, the only, Marsha P. Johnson. Yes. You beautiful, beautiful lady. You paved the way for all of us. You paved the way for the Pride March. You paved the way. 1969, that small uprising in 1969 against the police, that riot. No, let's call it a protest. I'm not going to go into detail. I'll let you guys do that yourselves and do your own information on it, because this isn't about, like, I don't want to own in on anything. So, but yeah, paving the way. Martha P. Johnson, the black transgender, she paved the way for the rest of us in a time where you could get killed, and it was illegal to serve anybody from the LGBT in an inn. It was illegal. Like, there was that many rules against us. So yes, you go, girl. You're on that list. And last but not least, Mae Jemison. Right. Because she was a black astronaut. She was the first black astronaut to go into space. In 1992. She began her training in 1987. And do you know why she's on this list? Because black people don't do things like that. Like, if you went to any black person back in them times and said, oh, you know what? Let me put you in a box, right? light it on fire, shoot it up off this planet until you keep going, burn through the atmosphere, then just tell me what happens when you get up there, tell me what you see. Yeah, nah, not gonna happen. But she was like, I'm gonna do it. Let me get to space. To be fair, I do want to go to space as well. So anyway, I just want to say, those are a few people who really inspire me. Right, so we've come to the end of the video. What I noticed on the previous videos is that my outro was not fully completed, was it? No. I was missing one or two of my social handles, so let's ignore that. I've made a new one. I haven't made a new one. I've edited. Well, I've completed that one. I've completed it, and yeah, so pay attention. Add my shizzle. Happy International Women's Day. And remember, right, you are amazing. You are amazing. Everything that you've gone through, everything that you're doing, everything who you are amazing. And we would have you no other way. Share the love, spread the smiles.